Welcome back to another game on Arena Wobbly 1v1 between Colmongo playing in green as the Aztecs. Yeah, from what I remembered, he was from the UK. I think I remember him from HD times. He's playing against Eneskai, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, I maybe not, in teal as the Malians. That's also a game I got linked in the YouTube comments, so I figured out, yeah, let's see this. And of course, Aztecs against Malians favors the Aztecs here. I'm not sure by how much, I'm not quite sure what the balance on Wobbly looks like right now. I don't know what the balance on DE really looks like at this point, so not a big problem for me. I'm just, ooh, that's bad. I just want to see what's happening. And I think that was a TC hitting a boar, killing it, and therefore we do see loom, we do see a second boar on the way, but no sheep around. Actually one sheep here, but the boar also running back. That's not a good start, and therefore Colmongo should have an advantage already with the main stone safe in the back, the main gold safe in the back, second gold safe in the back, extra gold inside the back base, third gold safe in the back, second stone safe in the back. Can it get any better? Seriously, Aztecs with the best map ever. Deer inside, as far as I can see. The boars inside. One really close to this base, the second really quite close. This one not too far away. Actually, this might have been one of the best maps, or might be one of the best maps I have ever seen on Age of Empires 2 Arena. And Colmongo should definitely win this, because if he's not, that's really, really sad. What is this? Wobbly rating. I want to see this one, the overview. And for now, nothing too special. I hope we're not going to see a Trush here. But there's more villagers queued up now. The eagle is going to lure in the rest of the deer. I guess it was 3 deer. And let's look on the other side. The map from Eneskai not so good, as we have the main gold safe in back, which is nice, and an extra gold as well. But we have the second stone and second gold forward outside. Main stone close to the walls on the side. Third gold quite far away outside. Okay, one very close to his base, but that's pretty much it. And this one in a neutral zone, somewhat between the two players. The map not even close as good. And of course, with that start here, with the loss of a boar, you need to go for farms now, and you will be behind. There's a mining camp coming up on the main stone. That means we might see Gebetto with the castle here, or maybe just castle defense. Colmongo is up first, and we're going to find out what the plan for him is. How many villages do we see on gold? He got with the mine camp on the main gold. He's going for 2 villages here. That's not too much storytelling yet. If you see like 3 or 4, that would mean Monk Rush. There's actually a third villager moving forward, so at least some aggression in Castle Age is expected here. And we do see the Market and Blacksmith coming up, no surprise. As for Eneskai, we have the Feudal Age coming up soon. That's another farm. He's got enough wood to do the farms. Maybe he should have had more farms early on. We do see Market and Blacksmith coming up as well. 2 villagers on stone. We might see more villagers on stone very soon. A lot of villagers on the berries, and there's 2 lumber camps on the left hand side. Could have gone here actually, but it looks like he decided against it. And he's also getting some gold in. He sold some. He sold some food, sold some stone here. It's got a 200 gold that he needs to click up to Castle Age, but I'm not quite sure why he didn't go with a mining camp here. That villager is going to take another 10 gold, and we have a barracks up with Eagle Scout production starting for Colmongo. So that's 1 Eagle Scout on the field, but a second coming very soon. Actually, might have has 2 now. And we do see Bosaw Forging coming up against monks, possibly against scouts. I'm not quite sure about that one. Interesting to see, but maybe if he's expecting monks, then you don't want to go for defense upgrades. And a monastery to make some monks. Housed on 35, not a big problem. A TC coming up on the main gold here in the back. I think it's decent. Is there a better TC spot here? This one could have been good, but not too much space for farms around. I think that's the main idea for that TC, gold and farms. And it's alright. We have a few eagles, 2 of them attacking and killing the scout. We have palisade walls coming up behind the stone walls, possibly to defend against a possible siege tower. And we have a TC coming up on the woodline in the back, another TC coming up on the main gold and a woodline. I like this TC spot a lot. And there is not enough stone for a castle yet, but I think there might be enough very soon. Still, Colmongo is going to be able to get all the relics in, and that means he's going to have 5 Aztecs relics to give him more gold. At the same time, he's got a second TC up, third TC up and running, so he will not be behind in economy. Aztec's economy is still really, really good, and he should have an advantage when it comes to the map control, obviously, and also to transition into Imperial Age. Wheelbarrow on the way for him as well, and 3 TCs for Eneskai now up and running, with the Malians, with still villages on stone, still not enough for a castle. I'm not quite sure where you would want to put that castle. This looks like an attempt to go for 3 TC boom into a relatively fast Imperial Age, but the problem is you're doing it against an Aztecs player, and he's pretty much going to do the same thing, because why not? Do you go for a boom with the Aztecs? I think your early imp composition is quite strong here without a big boom behind it, without a big economy. So let's find out, and therefore I can go a little bit faster. What was that? 98 speed, looks good. Siege Workshop forward coming up. Actually, there's still Eagle Scouts on the field, +1 attack as we saw, so +4 in total. And a first Mangonel to attack these walls, maybe trick your opponent into building a castle, and that castle is coming up in a very defensive position right in front of the main TC. This is interesting. Imperial Age coming up for Colmongo here. Scale Mill Armor on the way. Do we see forward barracks possibly? There's a villager forward, but it's only building houses. And now I'm going back to 85 speed. We have Eagle Warrior upgrade on the way. Chainmail armor, so it's definitely going to be eagles. I like this house wall actually. That's beautiful. And the castle, we could siege better very soon. Or maybe, do you want to go to Imperial Age first? Hand card on the way? That's an option, but it's going to delay your defense against a possible eagle rush quite a bit. Imperial Age click coming up. Imperial Age done for Colmongo now. There is a castle coming up forward as well. Do we see rams? Do we see eagle, elite eagle upgrade? Resources looking good. Housed on 100. And back at home, economy running smoothly, villagers still on stone here, so we could see a second castle following. The Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade on the way, Sanctity as well. We have Bosa only now, this is way too late, big mistake here. Men at Arms, so it looks like NSK wants to go for a counter infantry rush, or like infantry defense, and with the Malians you do get the extra Pierce armor, is that right? Longswords on the way, so I think it's not the worst idea. Even though Aztecs champions fully upgraded should be quite strong as well. Of course, the Elite Eagle Warriors are a lot faster than the champions, but generally speaking, this is actually not the worst thing you could do. And we might see Colmongo transition into Arbalest for that. Of course, he's got a few monasteries here, so he can go for some Monk plus Eagle push. There's the first Trebuchet to hit that castle. Imperial Age upgrade is now done, and counter castle on the way. We have Long Swordsman that Colmongo probably can see here. Fog of War, yes, he can see the Long Swordsman, so he knows what's up. Furbo also on the way to make the monks faster, to get them extra HP. And two trebuchets now attacking that castle, is getting repaired against only one counter trap that is not in position yet. We have 200 swordsmen soon to be done, plate mail armor, iron casting as well. And how's that with the 1+5 pierce armor? So it's the pierce armor bonus, +3 in total, champion upgrade. And this game is not over, as Colmongo was not able to go for any big eagle push here, isn't able to go in, and he's just taking his time and is allowing his opponent to go for the champions here. That castle should go down faster than it's going up. Use the trebuchets, attack it immediately. Instead, yeah, that's good. Use the trebuchets and now make sure that castle is not going up, or at least it's going to be on very low HP when it's actually getting built. And of course, Colmongo is going to try and counterattack here, but the trebuchets are in big distance, so no chance to actually go for really counterattacking. The castle is going up, but Colmongo will have to repair it immediately after it's up, and the castle going down fast. Main TC falling, but that's not a big problem compared to the castle going down. And now we're going to see a battle with infantry and monks here. Jaguar warriors on the field, but losing the castle was not the best for that. Actually, Cap Ram upgrade done for NSK, and we are still waiting for the first big attack here. Do we see it now? Are we going to see the champions move into that army? Are we going to see the big fight, or the first big fight in this game? Champions moving against the Jaguar warriors. These are only normal Jaguar warriors, quote unquote, and the champions almost fully upgraded. Longswords on the way for Colmongo. So he's saying, yeah, I can go for a standard infantry too. And in an infantry war, I have the +4 attack against your only pierce armor, so I will have the better champions. Also, nice Mangonel shot on the champions now, and it looks like NSK got enough infantry units to actually clear this. You should be able to go for the trebuchets, provided that the champions are surviving long enough against the castle, and that's the beauty of it. The castle is 8 attack. No, sorry, 11 attack, but 8 range, and the champions have 8 pierce armor, so they're actually really tanky. It's like Haskell tanky. And Trebuchet is going down. Colmongo is losing a lot of his military units. He's down to 16. I'm not quite sure where they are. That's a lot of monks in that castle. Garland Wars on the way, very important upgrade. And the 2 trebuchets now starting to attack that forward castle, the first forward castle from Colmongo. NSK in a nice score lead here with a very big economy to actually support the champion production. Still enough gold to produce for quite some time before we need to move out and get more. And Garland Wars was not finished. This is really important, because I think Kolmongo probably doesn't have a castle, another one at this point in the game. Does he have enough stone for a castle? No, he could buy some stone, but that our upgrade was not finished. Therefore, he's got enough for champion and blast furnace now, but is still missing that big bonus for the Aztecs. And it looks like NSKI is able to maybe even clear this forward, going for the monasteries. I think I would go for the barracks first, maybe, because your opponent is creating turret swordsmen, so make sure that those barracks cannot produce by killing them, by taking them down. But okay, we have Kolmongo still fighting for that forward, and we have still barracks producing. Champion upgrade coming up. Okay, you cannot really catch that barrack, because it's a 1 in 6 chance that you're getting the right one, and we have a barracks at home as well. We should go for that champion upgrade. Not a big problem though. So champions now for both sides. We do see an infantry war here. Not quite sure if Geppetto could do the trick, but of course we don't see a castle here for NSKI, and therefore he cannot go for the Geppetto. We have champions on both sides. We have capped rams moving on to the forward now, and the 2 trebuchets still doing damage. So with 194 against 140 population, NSKI is ahead by quite a bit, and he is starting to move for the map for the first time. Only problem for him is the longer the game goes, the better for the Aztecs, as 5 relics for the Aztecs means very many champions coming up onto the field. As long as there is production going, as long as there are production buildings, you will be able to get enough gold to go for your standard infantry units, and that's something that NSKI doesn't really have, like infinite amount of gold. There is the 3rd gold on the side. He's taking the 2nd gold now. He's actually going for hand cannoneers, which is a smart move, but they're also quite costly, and I guess the market prices are really low. At this point in the game, we have champions fully upgraded. No, missing Garland Wars coming up now. Almost fully upgraded for Kolmongo, and of course fully upgraded Malian's champions. Do they miss the +4 attack? Like in general? I'm not quite sure. I thought Malians had fully upgraded infantry. It's a possibility, but I don't think it's very likely. So we might even have a lack of upgrades here. Cap rams moving forward. I also don't know about siege rams and the 2 trebuchets to hit that castle. But there they are. 13 + 8 champions fletching on the way for Kolmongo to defend the castle against the infantry units or the foot soldiers. And we have a big fight coming up. Actually, Elite Eagle Warriors in the mix. Haven't seen those in a long time. Not quite sure why they are here. Hand cannons will counter everything, but the Elite Eagles are fast. And it looks like, while you can't really, what's the word I'm looking for? You can't really see what is green and teal. Let's quickly go for all 3 to see who is more units. Looks like Kolmongo actually is winning this fight, and those hand cannoneers, once they are in the open like this and getting surrounded by champions, they are falling really fast. Therefore, Kolmongo is fighting back, and with those strong champions, he actually might have a chance here. The 2 trebuchets were able to take down the castle together with the cap rams, so the cap rams will go down. The 2 trebuchets are free to take for those Elite Eagles and champions. And I think the Elite Eagles should immediately start to attack the hand cannoneers. Let me go back to green and teal. I want to see the original colors. Sorry for that, but I prefer it. And as long as we don't have another big fight, I will stay on these. So we have Kolmongo actually fighting back here. Score is getting closer. Population is the same. And at 46 minutes in the game, you cannot tell who is going to win this. Unless you say, yeah, Aztecs, relics. Probably the Aztecs will win the game. But let's see how good the hand cannoneers can do against those very many infantry units now. 86 military units though for NSKI. And that's big. That's huge. On a chapter on the way for Kolmongo, which makes sense. He's got the resources to do so. As you can see, he's still got 1k food, 1k gold in the bank, so he can go for a lot of champions and siege units. And we have stables now coming up for the Malians here. I like this idea to go for light cav units, to have some raiding units, to have some meat shield, and to have some unit that you can produce like forever. At this point in the game, Kolmongo is staying inside his base with Elite Eagle Warriors and champions. 82 against 89 military units. Now a few of them going down, not quite sure where. And NSK is going for that third gold, but there is an Elite Eagle Warrior taking down villagers. Really important to see that one Eagle is doing a lot of damage. Siege Onager coming up. This might be a game changer. Siege Onager can do so much damage on hand cannoneers and also on champions that if we get like 2 or 3 good shots, we might see a GG immediately. Now, of course, Onager production going now, and Siege Onager soon to be finished. Fortunately, Siege Engineers coming up as well. The champions are doing some raising on the left hand side, going for villagers. Not quite sure why Kolmongo opened the walls now to let the champions in. Is it a little bit of a trap maybe? But it looks like NSK has more numbers here, and he's also showing the onagers, which is something he didn't have to do. A little bit surprised, but now he's going to clear that a little forward. And a lot of Elite Eagle Warriors that were attacking the villages on gold. So Kolmongo is trying to starve NSK here. Military numbers still the same, population still very neck and neck. And that's 4k for food in the bag, but those stables are not going up. Why did you build them forward? You could go behind your archer ranges, behind your barracks. That's actually a lot of production buildings, but none of them are producing, and that's a big mistake. 2+2 trebuchets, but now there's the siege onagers. Yeah, that's a little bit of a crazy move. I guess he didn't see that the onager was moving into the castle, and there's the siege onager shots. That was a big one that I missed. Sorry for that, big bada boom. But that siege onager killed a lot of hand cannoneers. Champions now moving onto that gold, and looks like Kolmongo using the siege onagers and making sure that those stables are not going up. He's getting the advantage now. He's got the score lead, he's got the population lead by a lot, and I think NSK is pretty much starving now. He's out of gold here. He cannot take his third gold safely. He was not able to protect this. He was too late actually to send villagers here. And in the meantime, we have siege onagers on the field that can go for map control. Those siege onagers are still attacking the castle, but they have more range than the castle, so it's actually a possibility. Now fletching coming up, very important to see. And number-wise, Kolmongo is just ahead now. He's got a castle on the right-hand side, because why not? He could actually go for gold miners here. Could go to take that gold because it's free to take for him, and there is more and more buildings falling. I'm only missing trebuchets now to actually take the castle down. We do see trebuchets from behind the castle to defend against the siege onagers, but 55 minutes into the game, it's going to be very tough for NSK, who is still 0 to 5 relics to fight against a fully boomed Aztecs player who has fully upgraded champions plus siege onagers. That's almost the best composition you could go for. I think the best Aztecs composition probably Jaguar warriors, siege onagers, and maybe a few monks behind this, or at battle skirmishes. Also quite nice. Good shot here against the champions. As you can see, a lot of them are very injured, and big bada boom, those champions are going down. This is not looking good for NSK now. He's got a lot of stables, but he's only producing from one stable. That's obviously single queue here. That's something you don't want to see. Plate barding armor on the way. Problem still is gold. 3 trebuchets to attack the buildings, but 1 trap to attack the castle here, and no countering this trebuchet. Small mistake, I guess. That's 1 trap going down. Eagle Warriors moving in. The hand cannoneers, of course, are able to defend those traps, but still no chance to take the gold. Pikemen, plate barding armor, so we're going to see trash units now. Still, if the castle is going down and that big army is moving in, is it still big? 76 military units. Where's the Elite Eagles? I don't see them. Light Cav starting to raid. Nice idea. No, there's no raiding going on here. But with the castle going down, the siege onagers will move forward. And this is a very tough battle. It's not over. Same population. Score is close. Only gold is a big difference. And we do see the gold for Kolmongo also not too high. The siege onagers, though, are hard to counter. And of course, the Light Cav are the main unit to do this. The problem is, NSK is saying, GG, well played. I don't see a way to win this. Now Kolmongo is moving forward finally. I think he should have gone for siege rams here as well, but he could go for another castle. And in the end, Aztecs with 5 relics is pretty hard to beat. NSK took a nice shot, but wasn't able to succeed once he got the counterattack in. Maybe he needed to be faster. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this game. See you in the next ones. GG.